All right, let's talk about something that pretty much every single person who builds machine learning models runs into. It's that moment when you've built something amazing, but how do you show it off without spending a ton of time building a whole website? Today, we're going to look at how you can get from just code to a fully interactive demo and do it in minutes. Let's get into it.
So, just imagine this for a second. You've done it. You've poured hours, maybe even weeks, into training this incredible ML model. Maybe it generates images or translates text. Whatever it is, it works perfectly in your code. It's done. But now what? Seriously, what's the next step? How do you get it in front of your team or your boss or anyone else for that matter?
Because the reality is, that brilliant model of yours is basically locked up. It's completely trapped inside your Python script or your Jupyter notebook. And for anyone who isn't a coder, it might as well not exist. Gating it out, letting other people actually play with it, that feels like this huge, overwhelming project, right?
And this right here, this is what I like to call the ML demo dilemma. You've done the really hard part, all the data science, all the training. But that last step, making it actually usable and shareable, that often feels like it requires a whole different career. It just brings your momentum to a grinding halt.
A friend of mine who's a producer used this analogy, and it's just perfect. Building a whole custom web app just to show off one model is like building an entire movie theater just to screen one short film. Think about it. It's a massive amount of work and overhead for something that should be quick and easy. It just doesn't make any sense.
So what if you didn't need to build the whole theater? What if all you really needed was a pop-up screen? Well, that's exactly where our solution comes into play. Everybody, meet Gradio.
So what is Gradio really? Well, at its core, it's a Python library with one simple, beautiful mission: to be the absolute fastest way for you to build and share a demo for your model. And the real magic here is that you do it all right from your Python code. No messing with JavaScript, no HTML, none of that.
So, to bring that movie analogy full circle, if building a traditional UI is like building a whole theater, Gradio is your pop-up screen. It's fast, it's super effective, and you can have it up and running in just a few minutes. It's all about getting your work out there fast.
Okay, that all sounds great, right? But how does it actually work in practice? Let's dig into how you can build and share one of these demos instantly, because the difference between this and the old way is, well, it's night and day.
Just for a second, let's remember the pain of the old way. You'd have to figure out a web framework, set up a back end, design a front end, and then somehow figure out how to deploy the whole mess. We're talking about a process that could easily eat up weeks of your time you should be spending on data science.
Now contrast that with the Gradio way. It's almost ridiculously simple. You're basically looking at 3 steps. 1, you have your Python function that runs the model. 2, you just tell Gradio about that function, what goes in, like an image, and what comes out, like text. And 3, you just type launch function. That's it. A full web UI just pops up. It's amazing.
And building it is only half the story, because sharing it is just as easy. When you launch your demo, you can just add one little thing, share equals true, and bam, you get a public link that you can send to anyone in the world. And if you want something more permanent, you can host it for free on Hugging Face Spaces. It just completely removes all the friction from sharing your work.
Okay, so right about now you might be thinking, this is really cool for simple demos, but what if my application is more complex? And that's a great question, because this is where Gradio shows you it's not just a toy. It gives you all the control you need for more advanced stuff too. See, Gradio gives you 2 ways to build. We've been talking about the interface API. It's fast, it's automatic, and it's perfect for getting a straightforward demo running in seconds. But for when you need more control, there's Gradio Blocks. This lets you get your hands dirty. You can build totally custom layouts, create complex workflows with multiple steps, and control exactly how everything connects. It's the best of both worlds.
And the power-ups don't stop there. Gradio has features you'd normally only find in a heavy-duty web framework. You want your app to remember the conversation, like a chatbot? You can add state. Need to put a password on your demo so only certain people can use it? Yep, you can add authentication. These are seriously powerful tools that are incredibly simple to add.
So by now, I hope you're getting a really clear picture of what Gradio is and why it's such a massive game changer for anyone working with machine learning. And honestly, the best part is just how easy it is to get started.
So where do you go from here? Well, the official resources are fantastic. I'd say start by just exploring the demos in the Gradio repo. They'll give you a ton of ideas of what's possible. When you're ready for more, the guides are there to walk you through the advanced stuff. And of course, the docs have every little detail you could ever need.
So we've seen how Gradio just completely solves that ML demo dilemma. It takes your model from being trapped inside your code to being a living, breathing, shareable web app in just a couple lines of Python. So really, there's only one question left to ask. What are you going to build first?